Hello, everyone. Yeah, today you find me very energetic. And yes, I'm just as human as you are. Yeah, sometimes with more energy, sometimes with less, sometimes with a very slow energy or slow vibration, slow. Yeah, you can, yeah, sometimes with a more faster frequency. Yeah, a faster, how do you say that? Faster sequence. Yeah, and today I'm really excited about this. Yeah, I have just gotten some new information of scientific developments here about our life forms and about life in general. And so stay curious to listen to my addings at after Eckhart's wonderful introduction into this whole information that I have for you. Yeah. So enjoy Eckart's talk now. It's a very interesting one and very, yeah, with new perspective about our life, how it works. And to me, this is my favorite field, science. There, I got it. Yeah, just science about our life. Yeah, stay open, and it is transformational. Believe me, knowledge can be transformational. And knowledge combined with a frequency produced from your heart. This combination is the one that heals, that opens up, that calms down, that just lets you come into the flow. That is the flow. Yeah, enjoy listening to Eckhart's wonderful words right now.
The universe is engaged in a process of awakening or becoming more conscious. And every life form is gradually becoming more conscious. You can see how life evolved on the planet here. At first, they were just the simplest life forms. And then gradually, over hundreds of thousands and millions of years, a growth of complexity, more complex life forms. Complex means a bit more consciousness, more manifesting as more complex life forms. And then there were several devastating disasters, if they're called extinction events on the planet. 5, I believe, 5 devastating, geologists have found that to examine that 5 devastating, where in some cases 80% of all life got exterminated in mass extinction for various reasons. They assume a planet was hit by a huge comet, and other things happened to cause mass extinctions. And then after millions of years, new life forms, even more complex, developed even after the mass extinction. And then another one came after millions and millions of years later. There is something that is operative in the unseen. What we see is only the surface reality. There is a vast intelligence operating underneath the world of phenomena. This vast intelligence is consciousness, the universal consciousness. And that's the ultimate reality. And this universal consciousness is, the universe is in the process of manifesting more and more consciousness. So it's still being created. It's not finished. God is still creating this world. And you are an essential part of this creative process. You are not separate from the awakening. You are an expression of the awakening universe. So God is bringing more consciousness, emanating this consciousness into this dimension. in our case here, it's through you. Of course, other life forms too. But it's the human here is very, very important. There's been conscious evolution for millions and millions of years. Sorry, there's been evolution of consciousness for millions and millions of years.
Yeah, thank you very much, Eckhart, for this very interesting, a little bit scientific talk here about the evolution, the evolution of our life form. And I want to point out here something that I just today actually got new impulses from another side, from scientists, where it's even said, and now listen, really hold your ears very wide open. What if this evolutional thing tells us that we don't die and we don't incarnate, the reborn thing, the rebirth, that it's not that way, that it's another way, that it's a way from the one cell to the complex cells that we are now. It's one life. I make a pause here because, yes, this is very much giving a totally different perspective to everything. If you are not believing or thinking in fragments, saying, okay, I start with the birth, I end with dying, and then maybe I come back as a new person or something, whatever. No, what if it's not like that? It's the evolution that is going on, and even from each person to the next person to the next generation, from each generation to generation, it's an evolution in there, even if you cannot see it or sense it, but that's the truth. Nothing stays the same, right? So it's all evolution, and you are that one cell 1,000 million years ago that you are now with these millions of cells in your body. What if you, me, all of us, we just are the more complex, the more complexity. That makes so much more sense to me in my understanding how things are. As you know also that we are all connected. Everything is connected, and this fulfills this understanding even more than believing in death and life. And you know that we, with our brain, how the brain is constructed, we create pictures, we create reference points, to have references, because we are in a way limited with our body, with our skin, in a way, in that way that we are material, which also is very complex. You could even discuss that, if material is even existing. In my world, and from what I've learned through, like right now, I have these scientists that I just heard. I'm very open in listening and looking for all kinds of information of these days, how far we are with scientific evolution. And you could even, with this knowledge, understand that everything, and I'm sure you've heard it, but everything vibrates. Even the mobile phone I'm talking into right now, everything is an information a creation, an idea with an energy. So the mobile phone, for example, because I look at it right now while I'm talking, it's the idea with the information to be that form that it should be, to look nice. Yeah, the iPhone, for example, it's a beautiful thing, yeah. And also it has functions that it should have, and using it for the internet, using it for to talk to someone, using it for information, to give me information back, yeah. We have found out that everything consists of the same smallest particles. The more we look at these things, we see that in the end there is nothing. Yeah, now we have even said there is no electron. Even the electron consists of smaller particles. Okay, the next generation will be, okay, this one even has smaller ones inside. Yeah, it's like the, maybe if you know the Russian figures made of wood, painted very nicely. It's called matryoshka. You open the matryoshka and there is a new matryoshka in it. Then you open that one and there is a new one inside, and it gets smaller. And what if in the end, in the core of it, there is nothing? There's just room and an energy, as a kind of energy field. So let's go back to what it really is, that we are not dying, that we are continuing. It's a continuation, because then you get like what we call reborn, but you have all this knowledge still inside of you. All the knowledge that you experienced is inside of you as a new person, for example. And that is why, just as Eckhart said, that many people get more and more conscious, because we are evolution. It's the nature of this evolution that we all change, because we all evolve, yeah? Not just one person. And what I want you to realize more and more, even if you have a kind of everyday life, look how different this life is every day. It is not. If you look more detailed into your life, into your day, into your moments, if you break it down into fragments, break everything down into smaller fragments, and then you will see how perfectly different everything is. And this is what brings us joy, the difference, realizing the excitement of new things. We all want to experience something new. And we are doing that, but we are not aware. We are just not aware with all our senses, because we are so confused and so out of balance, thinking about past stuff, about future stuff, that we are not in the moment. Yeah, and with these talks, I want to help you to connect to that. And not just you, I mean, look how, like this talk right now, it makes me really, I'm really excited to do that one here for you. To connect you with this energy, this curious and open-minded and completely aware consciousness. With all your senses activated. And how can you do that? if you are very tired, for example, take a nap now for 20 minutes. Make yourself set yourself a watch, a timer, and then make a power nap. Take power naps throughout the day, because after that, and then drink a lot of water, and after that you will be so much more aware and fresh and able to open all senses to the present moment. It is because this power nap is, on one hand, it gives you a break from this constant thinking process of the past, of the future, of all the things going on, and it sets you down to your center. It slows you down. It like the ocean, where after a storm, it calms the ocean down, so you can see more clear through the water to the ground. Yeah, you can imagine your everyday feeling sometimes of this busyness is like a wild ocean where you cannot see through that ocean to the ground, to the real, to what is actually important. You cannot see it, and it's okay. There is a storm period, and then there is this calm period, but most of us are 24 hours in the storm mode, and then you will lose completely contact to your inner state of joy, to your inner connection to your heart, to your intuition that is coming from the ground. It's a solid thing on the ground of the ocean, or of, let's take a lake, to not go too deep from this. An ocean is very deep. To find the ground there, if you want to imagine it, you won't see it. So just imagine a lake, a very, not very steep one, where you can see the ground, the rocks, the stones, the solid thing that holds everything together. And that is solid energy where you can rely on, where you can have the basic trust, sense of basic trust, basic confidence. Okay. And that comes from the base. And we all need that. Without basic trust, we are lost. And that's why you need to calm down, and more times during the day, not just once when you at night and in the morning you wake up. No. Do that consciously. Do it consciously and tell yourself, okay, I need to connect to my base. Okay, what can I do? Either you go for a few minutes into somewhere and close your eyes and take some breaths and hold your hand to your heart, because the heart is the first thing that develops when an embryo is in creation process, let's say. Okay, it's the first thing. So all intelligence of life, to develop a life, is in your heart. It's not in your brain. It is in your heart. And that's why we need to connect to that heart, not to that brain, which we do. But no, it's the heart. And that is the new understanding of all new coming generations, that we think with our heart. We learn to think again with our heart, as we do already when we are little children. The shift from thinking with the heart to thinking with the brain comes in that age of starting with 6 or 7 years. Yeah, when that brain is more and more developed. And all the informations come into it, and then it starts to shift. But we have to shift back to activate this long life. We can live. I have just heard that even so far I knew that cells survive over 300 years. That's what I heard so far. Now, what I just heard today is that it's 500 to 1,000 years. How crazy is that? And what I want to tell you here, this is what I said in the beginning. We are not dying, and these cells are not dying. If it's 1,000 years, sorry, then it's even endless. Saying 1,000 years, you can also say it's endless. It doesn't die at all. Yeah. But our belief system makes us not believing in it. The basic trust in this information we don't have so far yet. But I'm helping here to understand, to make you understand, to make me understand. I mean, I'm just like you. I'm in your generation too. Yeah, maybe you are a little bit older or even younger when you're listening, but it's we are very close to each other's generations. So even for me, I have to inform myself with this information more often, and informing could also just be on the surface with like an affirmation. Oh my god, this word. So an affirmation doesn't help you at all. Yeah, doesn't help me, doesn't help you. Forget about affirmations. Okay, I'm not saying forget about them, but if you feel certain affirmations don't work for you, then you know there is something inside of you that has no basic trust. It's irritated, let's say, it's blocked, it cannot get through your system because there is a protector inside of you saying no, it's not true, because if I would believe that, it would harm me. Yeah, there's a protector inside, a protecting program saying all the time, no, stop, here is no, I don't let you in, you have to stay out, because we don't believe that. We have so this is why affirmations often don't work. So with this talk here, I want to help you to break through that, that boundary, yeah, that limitation, that protector inside of you. Yeah, but that's something for another talk. How you can break through your affirmations that you really would love to implement, but it doesn't work. Yeah, and now I wish you a wonderful day.